It was supposed to be a simple weekend getaway. Just me, Jake, and Danny, three old friends looking to escape the city for a while. We picked Black Pines, a dense stretch of forest upstate, known for its quiet trails and deep, untouched woods. We'd camped there once before, years ago, and nothing had gone wrong. The first night was perfect. A crackling fire, cold beers, the kind of stupid jokes that only make sense when you're half drunk under the stars. Jake told ghost stories, the usual campfire fare, hikers who vanished, voices in the dark, but we laughed them off. Then we turned in, each of us crawling into our tents, the forest silent except for the occasional rustle of leaves. I woke up to the sound of a zipper. At first, I thought it was Danny or Jake heading out to take a leak. But when I unzipped my tent and peered outside, the campsite was empty. The fire had burned down to embers, and the air was thick with mist. Then I saw it. Jake's tent was wide open, his sleeping bag tossed aside like he'd left in a hurry. "Danny," I whispered, shaking him awake. He groaned, rubbing his eyes, but when I told him Jake was gone, he shot up. We called Jake's name, our voices swallowed by the trees. No answer. Then Danny's flashlight caught something, Jake's jacket hanging from a low branch. A few steps further, his boots. Then his shirt, like he'd been stripping as he walked. The deeper we went, the colder the air got. The trees seemed to press in, their branches clawing at us. And then we saw him. Jake was on his knees in a small clearing, his back to us, completely still. "Jake?" Danny called, his voice shaking. No response. I took a step forward, my pulse hammering in my throat. That's when I saw the blood. It wasn't just that Jake was dead, it was how. His arms were stretched out in front of him, fingers dug into the dirt like he'd been trying to crawl away. And his face. God, his face. It was gone. Not torn off, not cut, just gone, like something had reached inside and scooped it out. Danny screamed. I grabbed him, dragging him back toward camp, but the woods didn't feel the same. The trees were too close, the path we'd taken nowhere to be found. We ran anyway, branches whipping at our arms until we burst out onto the road, gasping. The police didn't believe us. They searched the woods for days, but never found Jake's body. Just his clothes, scattered in a straight line, leading deeper into Black Pines. Danny moved across the country after that. I stayed, but I don't go into the woods anymore. Because sometimes, late at night, I swear I hear something outside my window. A slow, wet sound, like fingers dragging against glass. And when I look, there's nothing there. Nothing but the dark. It was supposed to be a quiet weekend. Just me, my old truck, and the endless stretch of forest up near Blackwater Ridge. I'd been coming to these woods since I was a kid, knew every trail, every creek bend. But that October, something felt off. I set up camp just before sunset, far enough from the main trail that I wouldn't see another soul. The air was crisp, the kind of cold that bites if you stand still too long. I built a fire, cracked open a beer, and let the silence settle over me. That's when I heard it, the first snap of a branch. I figured it was a deer, but then another, and another, too deliberate, too close. I grabbed my flashlight, sweeping the tree line. Nothing, just shadows stretching long in the firelight. Then my phone buzzed. Text from an unknown number. "Cold out tonight." My stomach dropped. "No service up here. None." I'd checked. Another buzz. "You should have brought more wood." I stood, heart hammering. The firelight flickered, casting weird shapes across the trees. That's when I saw it. A figure just beyond the glow. Tall. Too tall, standing perfectly still. The texts kept coming. "Don't run." I grabbed my knife, backing toward my truck. The figure didn't move, just watched. Then the fire went out. Not like it died down, like something snuffed it. 1 second, light. The next, total darkness. I didn't wait. I ran. Branches whipped at my arms as I crashed through the undergrowth. Behind me, footsteps. Not running, just keeping pace. I made it to my truck, keys fumbling. The engine roared to life, headlights cutting through the black. For a second, I thought I was safe. Then my phone buzzed one last time. Next time, I won't let you leave. I never went back, but sometimes late at night, my phone lights up with a single unreadable symbol, and I wonder if it's still waiting. I should have never gone back to Black Hollow. It's one of those places everyone in town talks about, but nobody visits. The old ranger station's been abandoned for years. Weather-beaten wood, moss crawling up the walls, windows like empty eyes staring into the woods. They say the place died with the last ranger who lived there. No one ever found his body, just blood on the floor, and drag marks leading toward the river. Still, my uncle swore the fishing was the best in the state. Just stay near the bend in the river, he said, right where the stones hum. I figured he meant the sound of the current. Nothing mystical about that. I got there just before dusk, set up camp where the river bends like an elbow, curling around this wide bed of smooth, flat stones. They were everywhere. Oval-shaped, pale gray, cool to the touch. Locals call them whispering stones. I thought it was just some dumb name for a weird formation, until I heard it. It wasn't the river or the wind. It was a voice, low, gravelly, like something trying to breathe through mud. "You're in my spot." I froze, looked around. Nobody, just the trees, still as stone. The fire crackled, but suddenly the whole forest felt wrong, like it was holding its breath. Then my radio, busted, no batteries, crackled to life. First, just static, then clearer, wetter. Look down. I did, and my blood ran cold. Those smooth stones, they weren't random anymore. They were arranged perfectly around my tent in a circle I didn't make. And in the center of it, a fish. Freshly gutted, its glassy eyes staring straight at me. Its insides coiled neatly like someone had placed them there with care. I didn't catch it. I didn't gut it. And I sure as hell didn't leave it at the center of that circle. The radio hissed again. "Stay for dinner." That's when I saw it. A hand, not human. Too pale, too slick, fingers too long, joints bending the wrong way, curled around one of the stones by the water. Not floating, holding on. Then another hand, then a face, eyes like empty sockets, a mouth that never closed, just stretched wider the closer it got. I ran, left my gear, left the fire. I didn't even take my keys out. I was just gone. But Black Hollow doesn't let go so easy. There's one road in, one road out. No turns, no exits. Just trees pressing in on both sides like they're watching you. And the whole way home, my rearview mirror showed the same thing. Those stones rolling after me. Every time I looked back, they were closer. I haven't slept since. Because now, sometimes I hear them whisper at night, "You're still in my spot."